It is Thursday, the 16th of November 2017, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. So 16 in Jinshinjutsu came into the universe meaning breaking down existing forms in order to adopt new ones. So 16 enables us to break down those constructs by which we live our lives that no longer serve us in order for us to adopt new ones, or break down old habits that don't serve us any longer in order to adopt new ones, or break down old ways of thinking in order to broaden our mind and adopt new ones. So today we have the ability to connect with what it is that is maybe keeping us confined, what rigid structures are we feeling trapped by, and how can we break those down so that we can actually allow new ways of being and new ways of doing and new ways of thinking into our lives. 16 is a 7. And 7 is the idealist. 7 is the spiritual seeker. 7 is the one who has a deep-seated empathy for what is going on in the world and asks the big questions of life. Why am I here? What's it all about? Is this all there is? There must be more. And so 7s are naturally attracted to the spiritual, not necessarily the religious, but the more spiritual aspect. So you may find yourself today, looking at the world around you and going, seriously? I mean, what is this all about? I mean, there's got to be more than this. Or seeing a situation that you find disturbing and thinking, what is it that I can do about this? Or you may find yourself feeling burdened by the idea that if you don't do something, nothing will get done. And quite frankly, that is the truth to some extent, but you can't take it on. So that's one of the inherent dangers of the 7, is that 7 take on other people's problems and burdens and they make them their own, and that very often can make them sick. So if you're the kind of person who takes it very, very seriously when somebody, tells you something about that, a friend shares something with them, there's nothing wrong with being empathetic and there's nothing wrong with lending an ear, but it is not actually your burden to bear. And so 7 has a danger of doing that. 7s is quite an introverted number. You can't answer the big questions like what is life all about when you're constantly surrounded by people and noise and distraction. And so 7s actually require alone time in order to connect to the essence of who they are so that they can actually find the answers to those questions for themselves. So 7 is a bit of an introverted kind of energy. You might find yourself, if you've got to do lots of externalizing things today, it may take a little bit more energy than what it would ordinarily do. So cut yourself some slack, take regular breaks, and pace yourself through that, and try not to do too much because of it. We have the 2 energy of November, which enables us to nurture ourselves, remember, so and can help us to distinguish what the benefit is to that person who has that burden of having the burden without it having to become ours, right? So it helps us to see the balance, to see that in actual fact it's not only ever negative, it is a combination of negative and positive, and in actual fact it's neutral. And then of course we have this beautiful energy of the 1, which is as we break down these old forms and we allow ourselves to open ourselves for new forms, then we actually become a more integrated version of who we really are. So today, the helper of the day today is the 1, and 1 is inspiring. 1 is the natural leader. 1 is the one that knows the direction they're going in. 1 trusts in their instincts. 1 is fairly integrated with who they are. The downside of the 1, although this is in the hero position, so we don't actually get this so much, is a lack of self-belief. So again, if you've got that critical voice in your head telling you how you're not good enough and how you actually can't do this, just know that that's the negative aspect of the 1, and try and draw more on the positive aspect. I'm perfect as I am. I don't need to be fixed. I am what I am. Where I currently am is a learning experience. I am able to take my obstacles and turn them into stepping stones. So I have a choice in this, right? And this is where my free will comes in. So I actually do get to choose. I don't choose my circumstances necessarily, but I can choose my response to them. And I can also choose to feel the feelings. And if those feelings happen to be negative, I can feel those too. And that doesn't make me a weak or a bad person. It just makes me human with feelings that want to be felt. The villain of today is the 8. So when we have the 8 in the villain position, we have unclear boundaries. So again, if today you want to actually be a little bit more introverted and you want to spend a bit more time thinking about the deeper things in life, but you've got a million things to do and you've got 1,000 demands on your time, and you seem to think that all of them are paramount importance, that's a lack of boundaries. So we run the risk today of being dragged into doing too much and to doing things that we don't want to do and not being able to say no. Not being able to say no to people because we are worried about what they're going to think about us, or because we feel responsible for actually helping them out because we want to be carrying their burdens. So that's the villain position of today, and we need to be very, very careful and clear. So before you start out today, be clear about what is it that you need to do today, what is really essential, what is it that you need to focus on today. So I, for example, have just been to Johannesburg for 2 days, and it's been a hectic November, and I've got a million things, and I'm behind on my admin, and there's no food in my house. You know what? I've got to go to work today. I've got to see the patients that have come to see me today. And when I'm done doing that, I need to go to the store and I need to buy groceries. Now, when I get to work, there are going to be 10,000 other things that I'm going to feel obliged to do. This is where my awareness of what is happening today can help me say, you know what? Not essential, not essential, not essential, not essential. Can delegate this, can tide this over until tomorrow. This is what I need in order to do what I need to do today optimally, to the best of my ability, so that it serves me and everyone else. And that's actually all. I don't have to do more than that. So if we're aware of that, if we put that in our minds before we even start, then we decrease the risk of being sabotaged by not being able to say no to people. Safety energy lock number 16 is located on the thumb. So if you hold your thumb, you'll be harmonizing your stomach, spleen. Organ function energy, you'll be harmonizing the emotions of worry and anxiety. When you have your boundaries overrun, your anxiety escalates. So if you feel the anxiety, then ask yourself, where am I not saying no? Where am I saying yes when actually what I want to be saying is no? I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.